As a girl, if your stepmother did this to your face when you were little, what will you do when you grow up? Please let's hear and learn from your comments below. Now, in a quiet village near the hills of Nsaka, a young girl named Adaeze lived a life shaped by loss and pain. Her mother had died during childbirth, her soul carried off with the mid-morning breeze, leaving behind a fragile baby girl and a grieving widower. Her father, Egui, a once vibrant palm wine tapper, remarried a few years later, hoping to rebuild a semblance of peace. But peace never found Adaeze. Her stepmother, Mama Nkiru, was a tall woman with sharp eyes and a voice that cut like broken glass. She said little but meant much. When Adaeze was just 5, she sat her down under the mango tree in their compound. With fire, a rusty blade, and no emotion, she carved 3 thin lines on each of the girl's cheeks. "She must be protected," Mama Nkiru whispered as Adaeze screamed into the midday sun. "These scars will keep wrong men away from her. The kind that took my own dignity." The village elders said nothing. The women shook their heads in silence. And her father? He buried himself in his work and silence. As Adaeze grew, so did her resentment. In secondary school, children pointed. They called her names like a tiger girl, forest face, and pride of fire. Teachers pitied her but did little to stop the bullying. Boys wouldn't look her in the eye, and when they did, it was only to mock. Every morning she stared at the mirror in their tin-roofed home and whispered, "I will never forgive her, not in this life, not in eternity." But even as the scars burned her spirit, they couldn't touch her soul. Adaeze had a quiet strength. She read books by moonlight. She danced alone when no one was watching. And when she smiled, rare as it was, there was a gentleness in it, like wind rustling through plantain leaves. Then came Obinna. He was transferred to her school in SS2. Tall, dark, with kind eyes and a laugh that made even the quietest girls giggle. He noticed her, not her scars, but her. The way she read Chinua Achebe during lunch breaks. The way she stood up to the principal when he wrongfully punished a classmate. The way she helped the old librarian carry books after school. At first, Adaeze kept him away. "Don't waste your time," she snapped one day as he offered her boiled groundnuts. "Go find someone with a beautiful face." Obinna smiled softly and sat beside her anyway. "I already did," he replied. "I see beauty through your eyes, Adaeze. They shine like fireflies. Scars or no scars, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever met." It was the first time someone had called her beautiful without hesitation. She didn't believe him, not fully. But that night, for the first time in years, she cried, not from pain, but from hope. Obinna stayed. Through the whispers. Through the taunts. He held her hand when her stepmother shouted curses from the veranda. He sat beside her at the village stream and told her stories of queens with skin like hers. Of heroines with scars that became symbols of survival. Slowly, Adaeze began to heal, not from the outside, but from within. Years passed. She earned a scholarship to a university in Lagos. She studied psychology, determined to understand pain and help others escape it. Obinna waited, faithful as the moon. At her graduation, she stood tall in her Ankara gown, her scars visible beneath the makeup she had finally learned not to hide behind. When reporters asked about them, she smiled. "These scars tried to define me, but I chose to define them instead. They remind me that I survived. And I am still becoming." As for Mama Nkiru, Adaeze never did forgive her. But she didn't carry the hatred anymore. Instead, she carried her story. Her truth. Her fire. Because sometimes, beauty is not the absence of scars, but the courage to shine through them.